A few months ago, a new mod for Team Fortress 2 got an official release on Steam, Team Fortress 2 Classified. This is a mod that was inspired heavily by the history and development of TF2, adding things such as cut weapons and an entirely cut class called the Civilian. It also has some new features such as completely new weapons and 2 new teams for the 4-team game modes, Yellow and Green. Now I've been super excited to try out everything this mod has to offer while watching its development, and nothing has excited me more than seeing that this mod supports achievements. I love collecting achievements in games, and seeing that there were 30 to collect, it seemed like a fun way to experience everything this mod had to offer. Here is my journey to getting every single achievement in Team Fortress 2 Classified. Starting off with a calculated accident. Kill an enemy player from a great distance with an arcing rocket. Now I wasn't intending to get this achievement first, as I was originally going to start off with Dead Air, but we'll get back to that later. But while I was playing Sniper, I couldn't help but notice some of the rockets would have a slower arced movement. This was from the new rocket launcher for the soldier, the RPG, and after seeing players were getting an achievement, I didn't want to miss out. So I decided to give it a swing. It was a very odd feeling playing a soldier and looking up, but I knew I really had to exaggerate the angle if I wanted to aim for the snipers on the deck of 2 Fort. The game plan was simple. Get a lineup that would arc the rockets from my base to where the snipers usually stand around. Once I got that secured, spam a bunch of rockets at the angle until a sniper inevitably walks into the convenient target I had laid out for them. Eventually, I will get the achievement. Because the snipers having tunnel vision, they would be so focused on their sights that they wouldn't be focused on their surroundings. And sure enough, just a few minutes later,
Yes, I got one!
I got the achievement. 1 down, 29 to go. It was here I decided to really look at all the achievements and gauge how difficult they were based on how I played, as well as how others played. Fuse Refusal. Defuse an enemy demo man's dynamite pack with the wrench. It was here I would notice that enemy demo man would occasionally use the dynamite pack as a way to push the enemy team. There were 2 achievements about countering the dynamite pack, so I decided to go for the engineer one while occasionally looking out for mortar reflect with Pyro's air blast. And I have to say, this one was a little tricky. I found a demo man on the enemy team using it, but I couldn't get the timing down. I'd keep peeking a corner trying to bait it out, but then I would die to other players or an explosion. And it seemed only when I was respawning the dynamite pack would actually get used. I knew I couldn't give up, so I kept charging to the front of the lines waiting for one to show up. And suddenly, an opportunity presented itself. A fresh dynamite pack was thrown out, seconds away from hindering our team. I bravely ran up to it and waved my wrench high in the air, and as I brought it down,
Yes, I got it, let's go!
I saved my team before immediately dying to a soldier with a giant anchor. But hey, at least I got a pretty neat achievement out of it. An experienced world traveler. Play a complete game of Dust Bowl, 2 Fort, Badlands, Well, and Avanti. Next up I got an achievement that sounded relatively easy, but was very finicky in a way I didn't understand. To get an experienced world traveler, you need to play each of these maps from start to finish, with 2 Fort being one of them. Those games take ages! Luckily, some servers offer a deathmatch timer if the game is prolonged long enough. So I figured I can just enjoy the game, try to improve my sniper game, and be rewarded some progress for this achievement. Boy was I wrong! So it turns out entering mid-match doesn't count progress. What made things worse, however, was that this server had a vote to switch maps every couple of games. And believe it or not, some people didn't want to play on 2 Fort all the time.
Promise not to bleed on my suit and I'll kill you quick.
I'm afraid not.
If they did, they'd join a 24/7 2 Fort server that goes to 100 points. But eventually, after a lot of 2 Fort, I got my progression.
Victory! Hey, we got the 2 Fort one, let's go!
Now, how do I get those other maps that no one is playing on? Well, if no one will host a server for me to join, I guess I'll do it myself.
I'm running circles around here.
Victory!
Yeah, it's ours now.
I should have probably just did 2 fort myself. That would have been much faster. Foul play. Chase a chicken into an environmental kill. This next achievement involved the map Sunnyside, where there are some chickens walking around the map. Also on this map are holes with spinning crushers, because why not? And a chicken happened to stumble nearby one of these holes, and I just happened to be nearby. So it clearly wasn't my fault at all, but hey, I got an achievement out of it. Yippee! Kill an enemy with an explosives configuration gone wrong. Now this achievement stumped me for a bit. I knew it involved Demo Man, but I didn't exactly know how. At first I thought it had something to do with the mine layer and setting it off myself, but it actually involves the dynamite pack we mentioned before, and doing a taunt kill with it, similar to how you can do the same with the equalizer and escape plan with Soldier. As soon as I knew that, I grabbed the dynamite pack and started luring and taunting players in heavily populated areas. This one took a while to finally pull off, but eventually, the stars aligned. Well, it was more like this one particular medic didn't really want me to do this, but hey, he chose to do that. Hunt down the Frenchman. Expose an invisible Le Scampette spy by damaging him. I'm sorry if I butchered that. This has got to be the easiest achievement by far on this list. Well, for as long as spy players use this item. Heck, over a quarter of players have this achievement. My game plan was simple. Go as a pyro, W, and M1.
Let's go!
You may be invisible, spy, but there's no hiding from the flames. Triple Agent. Backstab players from all 3 enemy teams in a single 4-team round. Next up is an achievement that actually requires the newly added green and yellow team.
Whoa. Oh, I'm on the yellow team.
I found this 4-team domination game mode that was in medieval mode. And do I have to say, this has got to be a highlight of mine because I ended up getting 4 new achievements within this one game. I got to try out the new yellow team where I swapped to a spy and just started going at it. Ooh! I ended up misreading the achievement description because I thought this was supposed to be all done in a single life, but that would have been much harder to do in such a chaotic game mode. Terminal Velocity. Kill someone by landing on them after using a jump pad. Shortly after getting the spy achievements, I switched to heavy in hopes of getting the setup and payoff achievements with the newly added Chekhov's punch weapon. And immediately after getting out of spawn, I wasn't even trying. The middle just seemed like the most regular spot to land, I swear. Setup and payoff. Get a crit kill with Chekhov's punch at maximum crit storage. This one made me feel unstoppable. You literally have chains wrapped around your hands, and oh boy, was I a little evil with it.
We have secured the control.
It's dead! Give an enemy heavy who has the Chekhov's punch equipped a heart attack. Now we have to take down one of these heavies with this new weapon for the medic, Shock Therapy. I didn't even really read the stats on this item, I just kinda used it. Turns out, equipping the Chekhov's punch will make all forms of melee damage against you do a guaranteed crits. And what is the crit damage for using a fully charged Shock Therapy?
Yes, let's go!
300 damage. That's pretty sick. Fast Track Status. Win a round of VIP race in under 3 minutes. Another new game mode added to Classified is VIP Race, with a new 10th class, the Civilian. This game mode has you protecting the little guy as he is the only one that can capture points. Completing a round of this in under 3 minutes requires a good strategy to keep the Civilian alive while rushing the points. Or you could just accidentally die while your entire team rolls the enemy team, having you just kinda get the achievement while you're trying to make your way back.
Victory.
They just gave that one to me. Disarmament. As a heavy, safely trigger an enemy mine that is at least 5 seconds old without walking near it. As soon as I saw this achievement, I knew exactly what to do. Using a sandwich, I would have to toss it on the landmine to set it off without taking any damage. I would have gotten this achievement fairly quickly if it weren't for my teammates walking all over them as I waited the 5 seconds.
Dude, why are you walking into that?
But eventually, I found a mine that was all by its lonesome, and I threw my sandwich to secure the achievement.
Let's go!
Policy of Containment. Using the AA cannon, deal 2,000 damage in a single life without hitting yourself. The AA cannon refers to the anti-aircraft cannon, which is just as awesome as it sounds. Instead of firing bullets, you are firing explosive shells that have a limited range. Besides the range, the only other downside is that the explosive shells can do damage to yourself if you aren't careful. The way I got this achievement was incredible, so I'll just let the clip speak for itself.
Let's go!
Birthday Blowout. Extinguish 20 dynamite pack sticks by air blasting them. We're finally at the other achievement relating to stopping the dynamite pack. If the dynamite pack were to detonate, it would scatter a few sticks of dynamite around the arena. Each of these individual sticks can be extinguished with Pyro's Air Blast. This was one of those achievements that I did whenever I found a demo man using the weapon. All I had to do was simply look down, and I took care of them.
Yeah!
Our control point captured.
Let's go!
Brick. This achievement intrigued me the moment I saw it. I knew it was a surprise on how to get it. Heck, the only information I found on the achievement earlier was an update regarding how they changed how you got it without any hints. I knew it involved the brick item from the scout, especially because it would only show up in the HUD if you pinned it and selected to play as scout. But as for obtaining it, I was stumped. Maybe you threw a brick at a brick wall? What if you got a kill with it? Do you need a pyro to air blast it back to you? Do you need to dominate a player with it? What if you had to dominate an enemy scout with the brick all because of his unique domination line where he says, "Hit the bricks, pal, you're done"? Needless to say, I was definitely overthinking it. Eventually, I caved in and just looked up how to achieve it. All you have to do is get an environmental kill using the brick's knockback. Considering I don't usually play on maps that allow for environmental kills in the first place, this would have been super difficult to figure out on my own. Thankfully, while I was struggling to figure out another achievement, which we'll get into later, I ran into this player, Gomer Pudding, who was also an achievement hunter like myself. Gomer Pudding helped me get a few achievements, including this one, where I simply told him where to go.
Hey, Whips!
Don't worry, I let him get the achievement as well. Nail Biter. With a nail gun, destroy 5 sentry guns. I plan on getting these next 2 achievements myself.
Oh, someone took it!
But because Gomer Pudding over here was offering, I knew I couldn't say no, especially because I wanted to help out as well. So we kept building a sentry gun at a distance, and I just took them out one by one.
That ain't the right way, guys!
Kablooey! Take out 5 engineered buildings with a dynamite pack. Thankfully, this achievement doesn't require all of the buildings to be taken out at once, unlike another achievement in base Team Fortress 2. Gomer Pudding helped me out with this one as well.
Get going! Cheers, man!
Shoutouts to Gomer Pudding, by the way. You're awesome. The Entrepreneur. Win a round of VIP as the civilian without dying once. Now for this one, I had some trouble. I couldn't figure out how to directly select the civilian class, let alone get randomly picked in an actual civilian match, so I took matters into my own hands, as I found an empty VIP server and it automatically set me as VIP. So I simply bribed the control points to get me the achievement.
Time has been added.
Captured it with money.
Badge of Shame. Die to the enemy VIP. You have been branded. This is the first of 2 hidden achievements. I actually got this other civilian achievement in a very entertaining way. While I was on 2 Bridge waiting for people to join to get another achievement, another player joined as the civilian, and what happened next was just silly. And the other civilian got the other achievement, so it all worked out. Down with the ship. Kill an enemy with the Admiralty Anchor Earthquake while taking lethal fall damage. This was another achievement involved a new weapon added to Classified, the Admiralty Anchor. This weapon has you cratering down at high speeds to smash into the ground. To make this achievement a little bit easier, I made sure to take some initial damage before trying to smash down enemies. And I fell a lot.
Oh, so close.
Oh! But eventually, after literally throwing myself at the ground over and over, the stars once again aligned. Head Rush. Decapitate 3 enemies with a harvester in a single life. This achievement is evil. Allow me to explain. Pyro has a new melee weapon in Classified, the Harvester. In order to get a decapitation kill, you need to fill up your crit meter by using flame damage. Once this meter is filled, your Harvester can now do 1 guaranteed insta-kill. Assuming you don't miss, of course.
No!
Now imagine having to do that 3 times in a single life. The way I attempted to get it was to spam flares around corners, hide in my spawn, and then try to finish off any poor soul that tries to infiltrate our base. While this method is very cowardly, it kinda works. But building this crit and then losing it when it really matters was really frustrating, especially when it could take a while to build up each crit meter.
Frick.
But after playing it as safe as possible, I was able to get the 3 kills that I needed.
Alright, that's 2. Let's go!
Rip and Tear. Get 10 meat shot kills with the twin barrel. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I never exactly knew what a meat shot exactly was until I looked into this achievement.
I don't know how that wasn't a meat shot kill.
For those who don't know, a meat shot means that all of your bullets need to hit the target, not a few bullets from a super far distance like I foolishly thought. For this achievement, I simply went in shotgun pyro until I got the achievement, because I wanted to slowly learn more and more playstyles, and just get better at aiming in general. However, I happened to get the perfect lobby for this achievement, not without a little bit of a scare first. there was a civilian army that just kept running towards players to whack them to death. Which ended up perfect for me, so I just stayed in the server until I got the achievement.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
The enemy has dropped.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes! Yeah!
Combo Splatter. Kill at least 3 enemies with a single Cyclops combo detonation. What on earth is a Cyclops combo? Well, the Demo Man has a new weapon called Cyclops, which is like a spherical pipe launcher, but you can choose when it detonates by holding down the fire button. However, it also has a secondary effect where you can detonate nearby stickies at the same time with it, also known as a Cyclops combo. Now, how on earth was I supposed to get 3 kills all in the same time with this? Ah! Well, maybe I could put it on near the payload, but that would have been too noticeable. What if I tried to place some sticky traps near the beginning of a match? Maybe, but this is very loud. Surely the enemy team will hear it. But eventually, I stumbled upon this amazing video from Bounce House 2, because I was curious to see how to get some of the achievements. And this is when I realized that community maps could be very helpful. Bounce House 2 is specifically using Engineer Fortress, which has every player fending off a huge army of engineer bots. By placing a bunch of stickies at spawn, Bounce House 2 is able to get this achievement significantly easier. So I decided to give Engineer Fortress a try with some stickies and a Cyclops. And what happened on my 3rd game or so was beautiful.
Yes! Let's go!
Thank you so much to this medic for giving me Uber there. I was able to line that shot up beautifully, and look at that kill feed. Destructive Criticism. Dominate a player with a contributor medal. This is the second and significantly more difficult hidden achievement. Now these contributor medals are given out to people who worked on this mod, significant members in the community, and server hosters. The moment I heard about this achievement, I immediately started to worry. I would not allow this to become another "Yes, I am the real Gary" achievement for me. So I knew that I had to get this achievement sooner rather than later. So now it was time to search servers in hopes of finding a player with a badge next to their name. No matter how hard I looked, especially at peak hours of Friday and Saturday nights, I couldn't find anyone with a badge next to their name. I got super close with this incredibly nostalgic Mario Kart map with 3 contributor medals. But the server crashed and I couldn't find the server again, sadly. But after server hopping from map to map, eventually I found my target.
Yellow, oh my gosh. Oh, he went medic. That's 3.
Yeah, I ignored the objective and hard-focused a single player into spawn killing them for an achievement. I mean, achievements like this are incredibly evil already. Soon it'll be near impossible to find a player to get this achievement. Unless creating a server can get you the badge, of course. I left the server immediately afterward because I was just playing evil. Playmaker. Win a game of air hockey on 2-bridge against another player. I overthought this achievement way too much. I was thinking about that pyro air blasting minigame where you had to air blast a homing critical rocket away from you constantly. I thought you had to do that on this map. No, there's literally just an air hockey table in each team's spawn. After I realized this, it actually took a while to find a server that was filled enough to do this, but it didn't take too long to achieve once I found the server.
Alert! Our last control point is being captured.
Archaeology. Discover the buried treasure in Jin. I really wanted to figure out this achievement out all by myself, so I ended up creating a private server and searching the map top to bottom for a few hours trying to find anything. Maybe these hieroglyphs have something to do with it. What about these bird heads? What about the secret entrance and what a blue spawns? And then I discovered these symbols that glow when you get near them. 5 in total. And Blue's first spawn, on this tall pillar, inside the building somewhere near the entrance, at the halfway point near some shelves, and at the back of Red's spawn. I slowly discovered all of these and knew they had something to do with this achievement. Do I go in a certain order? Do I have to hit them all? Does the brightness have something to do with it? Why does this bird's eyes glow when I get near it? I tried everything, searching on and off in between achievements, and eventually I decided to bite the bullet and just look it up. Turns out I was right about these symbols, but I couldn't do it alone. You need to have a player near each one at the same time, and then the shelves open up to reveal a hidden maze. So all I had to do was wait for others to join. After searching these servers, I found a pretty populated server, and to my surprise there were players actively trying to get this achievement. But not everyone. This will be important later. Because not all players were cooperative and actually wanted to play the game, it was a little difficult to simply get near these symbols. But after a bit of collaborating and chat, we heard the sound that we did it right, and it was go time.
Go, go, go!
After trying and failing to sneak past the enemy team multiple times, eventually I made it in. Now we didn't study this maze beforehand because I still wanted to solve this achievement on my own. I was worried that we'd run out of time before I can get anywhere close to the hidden treasure room, but there was another time limit that I completely failed to take into account.
Let's stop that freaking thing!
Remember those players that actually wanted to play the game? Well, with everyone distracted by this maze, there was now no one to contest the payload, and the match ended and the server changed shortly thereafter. To say people were upset would be an understatement. And just like that, there were no more populated servers playing that map. I simply had to wait again. A few hours later, I found a second chance at this achievement.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Luckily, much more of the players were looking for this achievement this time around, and I had another go at the maze.
Go, go, go!
It was very easy to get lost and find dead ends, and I had to move out of the way for the enemy team because of collision. I would pass by these dark holes that looked like certain doom multiple times, but eventually, I decided to go down one and see what awaited.
I found it! Oh my gosh.
I found the secret treasure and claimed the achievement. As for what the treasure was, I was more or less distracted by this flying heavy that no-clipped to the area. So I like to think that was my silly reward for this silly achievement. Total Domination. Have your team own every control point during a round of domination. Now this was an achievement that I almost got when I started playing for the first time, but it could just be misremembering. But regardless, I didn't actually have this achievement yet. At first I thought 4-team domination maps would work, but considering how you technically can only control one point at a time, I think I was just wasting my time here. I actually couldn't find a populated domination server even on a late Friday and Saturday night, and considering how I just wanted to get it done, I went into a server that had a few bots. I went as scout for double the capture rate and for fast movement, and simply just avoided the enemy bots. As I was capping the final point, I thought the bots had looped back to stop me, but it was just my medic bot, and he helped me get that achievement super quick and easy.
I got it! I got it!
Deep Sleep. As a spy, kill 10 tranquilized players with your melee weapon. Did you know that the spy was planning to have a tranquilizer gun? Because I sure didn't. The tranquilizer gun makes the enemy player's screen monochrome and slows their movements down based on how far you are from them. And in 4-team matches, this can be very confusing when you get the monochrome screen. Anyway, this achievement was hard not to get for its difficulty, but because it was just a bit broken. You see, only sometimes does this achievement actually track progress. I don't know if it had something to do with face stabs and backstabs, how quickly you switch to your knife, or if another player assisting in the kills had something to do with it, but when the kill feed shows the purple glow indicating that they were tranquilized when they were killed, and nothing happens in the tracker, I feel a little cheated.
Got him. Got him.
But sometimes, progress towards this achievement does actually count, and eventually I was able to conquer this broken achievement.
Yes! Yay, got one. Let's go!
Marathon Surgery. Extend a Rejuvenator Uber charge to 12 seconds. In my opinion, this achievement is the hardest in the whole set. It is the definition of pure evil. No, seriously, I looked it up. Now, for those who don't know, the Rejuvenator is a new type of medigun for the medic, but instead of a healing beam, you have these healing orbs that would heal in a radius around impact, which is great for healing groups of teammates, not so much for singular teammates who can't even stand still. Once you fill up the Ubercharge meter, you put out a little force field bubble that makes anyone from your team inside it completely invincible, but only for a short while. The way you're supposed to extend the Ubercharge is to combo it with the Uber Sprites. Sorry if I butchered that. Which gives you 25% Uber charge per hit, which is very similar to Uber chaining with the Uber Saw in base Team Fortress 2. Now, I've never actually Uber chained before, so I knew this would be difficult for me, but I was down for the challenge. Oh, how I underestimated this achievement. First of all, building the Uber charge with a Rejuvenator alone takes so long. It's hard to heal multiple teammates at once, especially when they can't stand still, and my teammates are constantly pushing up faster than I can build my Uber charge, which has me dying before I can even become fully charged. So that's when I had the idea to heal the snipers on my team until I build my Uber, and then I'd rush towards the enemy team's base, deploy Uber, and catch them off guard around the corners of 2 Fort. Because that's what Bounce House 2 did. The problem with that, however, was because of those corners, sometimes I would deploy Uber around a corner, and there's no one at the enemy spawn for some reason. And I would waste a whole Uber and have to go build it up all over again. Eventually, I got bored of waiting and decided to build my Uber a lot more recklessly, through melee only. The only downside was if I didn't switch back to the Rejuvenator when right-clicking, I would instead do a taunt kill, which would leave me helpless out in the open and guarantee I would lose my Uber instantly. Now, the times I did have a chance to build Uber and have enemies to attack is where the final problem was. Almost all of the time, the enemies would understandably run away from me. I would escape the Uber bubble, and I would die shortly after. Sometimes a spy would disguise and get free Uber, but because of collision I couldn't move past them. But the worst part were the pyros. They would air blast me backwards just before I can get a hit in, and I would just waste my time I spent building my Uber charge. Needless to say, this playstyle had me frustrated as I spent hours trying to get this achievement, so I knew I had to change up the game plan. Eventually the solution became incredibly obvious. 4 forts. This map was perfect for chaos, and fittingly enough, it seemed almost everyone would meet at the center of the bridge. That's when I knew this achievement was now or never.
Finally!
Dead Air. Kill an enemy with a headshot while they are airborne. Finally, we have our last achievement. The one I planned to get from the very beginning.
He was airborne though, what?
Because of my knowledge of previous achievements, I now knew that just like Deep Sleep, this achievement was broken. Still don't believe me? Check this out.
Air shot, headshot. How on earth did that not count?
The server literally said that I got a mid-air headshot in the chat, and it did not count for the achievement. What part of kill an enemy with a headshot while they are airborne makes it so that this shot doesn't count? Please tell me! Anyway, I knew I couldn't give up. I know that this is possible from Bounce House 2's video. There was a heavy flying up and down from the engineer's new jump pad building, and the headshot unlocked the achievements. And eventually, I had the perfect scenario. A heavy jumping up and down with the jump pad. I just had to get one more headshot.
No, keep jumping heavy, please. Yes! We're done!
And just like that, I did it. I completed every single achievement in Team Fortress 2 Classified with a clear rate of 100% achievements. If you have any other achievement sets you want me to try out, feel free to let me know. I've also been enjoying retro achievements a ton recently, so if you want to see some of that, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Anyway, take care and have a wonderful day or night.